This video is just to update the melanoma diagnosis that I got about 2.5 years ago. This was the first spot they took off. It was no bigger than a pencil eraser, and this was the incision that was left. The sutures don't look that good, but this is what it looked like when the stitches came out. It didn't look any better. And this was in the healing process. It didn't stay together as well as what I guess I thought it should have. And these were the two places that they put dissolving stitches in, but they didn't dissolve. They came to the surface. As you can see by the little holes, that's where they came out. And this is the kind of spots they leave when they do that. And that's what they look like. And they come through the incision. That is what they look like. And I pulled that complete knot and all through that incision. That hurt. And I had 3 or 4 of those that came out intact just like that. So hopefully that won't happen to you. This was the site after I got all the stitches out and it was starting to heal. And that's what it looks like today. It healed up pretty good considering what it looked like. And this was the second spot that I had taken off. They said this was a malignant basal cell. I'd never heard of such a thing. But this was about a year ago. And this was the incision spot. They take that little spot off, send it off, and it came back malignant. And so this is the packing that they put on after they cut the place out and sew it back together. And this time they did internal stitches again, but it was a different doctor, and she glued the incision site. It kind of stung for a little bit because the glue, doesn't give. It kind of pulled the skin a little bit, but within a couple days the glue had started to kind of loosen, and it really didn't hurt anymore after that. And this was the after more of the glue had come off. And that's what the site looks like when it's finally sealed up, and this is what it looks like today. I mean, it's hardly visible. It's just a white line. This was one that, I know there's 3 there, but as you can see, that one was taken off. It was not malignant, but anytime you are diagnosed with melanoma and you have a suspicious spot, they take it off and they send it out to see if it is cancerous. So get used to it. I've had 15 now taken off, just like this. Basically, they just lop a little piece of skin out, they send it off, and you end up with a little white scar. That really stings when they take those off, but this one came back negative, so that was good. This was the last melanoma, which was about a week and a half ago. That was on the right side of my chest, under my clavicle. And I caught this one really early, so it wasn't as big a spot. That's where they took the biopsy. And again, the padding. And leave that on about 48 hours. And this was, again, they glued it. They put about 5 or 6 stitches internally, and then she glued the outside. I had kind of a reaction to the glue on this one, as you can see by the red area. And for whatever reason, this one really hurt. It just pulled and it just stung for about a day and a half. And there's really nothing you can do for that. I had to actually go back in on this one because they thought that I had some blood that had pooled underneath there. She poked around, but she didn't find anything. That's where that kind of red area is at the bottom. But I just wanted to remind people, use me as an example. I was out in the sun a lot as a kid. We didn't wear sunscreen, and this is what happens. I got melanoma. I have now had it. I've had 3 malignant places taken off and 15 others, little spots taken off. So, don't go out and tan. Don't use tanning beds because, if you're really lucky, you're not going to ever get skin cancer. But if you're not and you're diagnosed with melanoma, this is what you can expect. You're going to have to watch everything. Every suspicious spot gets taken off. And when you find one and it's malignant, this is what happens. And I've got 3 wicked looking scars now, but I'm cancer free again. So just to warn people again, tanning is not worth it.